Hey, it's Fred Upton, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Good morning, just past 7. It's Thursday, November 9th, and today we're looking at a pretty nice day. Sunny and a high of 53. Later tonight, it's going to be cooling down a bit, down to 37 with some clouds, but then sun's coming out tomorrow, high 47. So got that to look forward to as we get closer and closer to the weekend.
Yep.
We're
almost there.
That. We are very close. We need to get to what's going on in the news this morning, which is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See gomichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. The most recent economic survey of West Michigan suggests businesses are not expecting a recession. That's good news. They are witnessing, however, a continued slowdown. In terms of things that could throw us into an instant recession, the increasingly unstable geopolitical environment plays a factor. Grand Valley State University researcher Brian Long says global conflicts play a factor.
Thankfully, only a few U.S. personnel are physically involved in either of the two wars that are currently raging, but that could change very quickly.
On the other side of the world, the other potential conflict brewing between China and Taiwan could also play a role in the future. New factory orders, employment, and lead times all slumped a little last month. However, Long said businesses are not expecting a collapse. So some good news, bad news there. The Michigan legislature has approved bills repealing abortion restrictions in the state. Governor Gretchen Whitmer on Wednesday hailed passage of the Reproductive Health Act, something she called for in her What's Next address. Whitmer says the legislation comes on the heels of the passage of Proposal 3, which enshrined abortion rights in the Michigan Constitution. That was in response to the Supreme Court repealing Roe v. Wade.
Last year, when the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, I feared that my daughters and everyone in their generation would have fewer rights than I did growing up. So we fought like hell to protect access to reproductive health care in our state. And because we acted, there was not a day when abortion was illegal in the state of Michigan.
The new legislation repeals a law requiring a patient to receive information on abortion from the state and a 24-hour waiting period after that information has been given. Whitmer says those restrictions were medically unnecessary. Corewell Health, Hospice, and Palliative Care will hold a luminary event in South Haven as part of the Holiday in the Park celebration coming up on November 24th. Corewell's Angela Labarca tells us the luminary order is a way for anyone to honor a loved one by purchasing a luminary to be included in hundreds placed throughout the downtown.
This is a great, incredible, beautiful opportunity. It's just a way to remember and honor loved ones. And we then go out on Friday, November 24th. That afternoon, we'll get an army of volunteers and lay out luminaries as far as we can do them all the way downtown. And so it'll coincide with the tree lighting.
That will be around 5 p.m. The luminaries are all prepared by Corewell Health, Hospice, and Palliative Care staff. The sand is donated by Jensen's Excavating. Labarca says the luminaries make for a beautiful sight throughout downtown South Haven each year. You can purchase a luminary online. We have a link for that at our website, WSJM.com. You can also get one by stopping by the South Haven Visitors Bureau or the Corewell Health Hospice office on Blue Star Highway. That'll be pretty.
Yeah.
The Michigan House of Representatives is considering a legislative bill that would force semi-trucks to stay in the right lanes of a freeway. State Representative Will Bruck from Monroe County authored the bill. He says it would reduce congestion and improve safety on the roadways.
I'm sure every listener has been behind a number of semis stacked in a row going below the speed limit, trying to pass each other. So that's what this bill addresses.
The legislation would require semis to stay in the right two lanes when driving on freeways with 3 or more lanes. Bruck says the bipartisan bill is supported by the Michigan State Police and by MDOT. And finally, Wamhoff Farms in Gobles is preparing to load up hundreds of Christmas trees this month so they can be sent to military personnel as part of the Trees for Troops program. The farm's Betsy Wamhoff Perales tells us they've been part of the National Trees for Troops program since 2006, and they think they're making quite a difference.
I know a few years ago, and I don't remember which year without looking in the records, we reached the 200,000th mark for trees, not Wamhoff Farms, but the program. And this year they're going to reach 300,000 trees.
Wamhoff Perales says volunteers come out to the farm every year and load the trees into FedEx trucks so that they can be shipped out to military bases around the country. This year, they're loading up 350 trees to be sent to bases in Missouri, Texas, and Illinois. She says it's a great feeling to send some cheer to a military family.
This is an amazing program, and it blesses the families. And the world is a very messy place, and Christmas trees and all the magic involved with the Christmas holiday, it can bring a little bit of light into dark spaces. So it's a good thing, and we love being part of it.
Wamhoff Perales says everyone is invited to stop by the farm on loading day and help out if they wish. They often get as many as 100 people to turn out. They usually include dignitaries, including some state lawmakers. Loading day this year is November 27, starting at 10 a.m. Those who want to help are advised to arrive between 9:30 and 9:45 and dress for the weather.
All right.
Wear gloves so you don't get the sap on your hands when you're loading trees.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, it's hard to get off. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Sports here in just a little bit. Also, always learning with our friends from Barry and Risa here in the next 15 minutes as well. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
The war between Israel and Hamas continues, but talks are underway on a pause, allowing humanitarian aid into Gaza and hostages out. Meantime, Secretary of State Antony Blinken suggesting the Palestinian Authority should oversee Gaza and the West Bank long term. Prime Minister Netanyahu says Israel should govern Gaza for an indefinite period. Former President Trump a no-show at last night's Republican presidential debate in Miami. The Israel-Hamas war a top issue, so was abortion. One fiery moment, candidate Vivek Ramaswamy mentioned Nikki Haley's adult daughter as a TikTok user while they sparred over Chinese influence.
In the last debate, she made fun of me for actually joining TikTok while her own daughter was actually using the app for a long time. So you might want to take care of your family first.
Leave my daughter out of your voice.
Your adult daughter, the next generation of Americans.
Haley responded by calling Ramaswamy scum. The Vatican weighing in on LGBTQ rights, saying transgender Catholics can be baptized. I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Your sports update on the morning show is brought to you by True Blue Financial. Independent, uncomplicated, dedicated.
Wednesday night in the NBA was the Milwaukee Bucks over the Detroit Pistons 120-118. Cade Cunningham led Detroit with 33. The Phoenix Suns beat the Chicago Bulls 116-115 in overtime. Nikola Vucevic led Chicago with 26. And Indiana had 6 players in double figures as the Pacers beat Utah 134-118. NHL tonight, the Red Wings host Montreal at 7, and the Blackhawks are in Tampa Bay also at 7 o'clock. College football last night, more midweek action, had Toledo over Eastern Michigan.
Good morning.
Hello. Hello.
We got Bill. Good morning, Bill.
Morning, Bill.
Bill's like the first one. I feel like Bill sets his alarm to our live stream.
I hope so.
7 o'clock. He's like, I'm there, man. Which we appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you hang out for like the most of the time. What are you doing right now, Bill? What's keeping you busy this morning? Love to know for everybody as well. Busy day today. Gonna go rake some leaves for some area senior citizens. Got some leaves that we might need to rake here at the radio ranch as well.
Nah, they'll just blow away.
You think so?
No.
Yeah, it's starting to come down.
Yeah, the front walk is looking pretty leafy.
Pretty
right
leafy,
now.
yeah. But I noticed even behind us, you really can't see it on our live stream, but those trees, that's the thing I'm worried about is that, not only we're going to rake all these leaves today, all these area volunteers across all Southwest Michigan helping a bunch of seniors, but I'm just worried that the leaves aren't fully fallen off the trees. So it's like what we're going to do, we're going to clear what's there, but
there will
always be more that are going to fall down. So, because my backyard, I have really one big tree in my backyard that has a lot, but I also have a lot of neighbors that have leaves that end up in my yard, which I have a neighbor right across the street. He's the leaf blower guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy that at all hours of the day is using his leaf blower.
Not a nice guy.
Like yesterday, instead of like actually leaf blowing, I have my lawnmower mulches So what I did is I just ran the lawnmower and mulched all the leaves, and then have the vacuum cleaner on my leaf blower and was able to mulch the rest of some big piles. So I got most of that cleared up. But of course, I don't know if it's the if there's something like men hear a certain tone and it just activates them to do the same thing that you're doing. But I swear, as soon as I hit the leaf blower and the lawnmower, immediately as I got done, I heard boop,
Yeah.
boop.
Well,
So I don't know what it is.
I think it's a shaming. I think it's a competition. There's an ongoing competition about yard cleanliness or yard upkeep, and I find the same thing is if I'm mowing the lawn, which I haven't mowed the lawn in a while, neighbors will come out and do it right afterwards.
Yeah, it's like our war call or something.
Yeah.
It's like
unite, do this now.
Yes. Break out your New Balances, your grass stained New Balances, and let's mow.
I will tell you, there is a small development right across the street from where I live, and oh my goodness, I don't know what they're paying their landscape company. As a neighborhood, but I guess they're getting their money's worth because those guys, whether there's a leaf on the lawn or not, they're running back and forth for like 4 hours.
Jeez,
driving me crazy with the noise.
Oh my gosh!
And then, he was running the blade on the grass, and I guess mulch and try to pick up leaves, but more grass came out than leaves when he was dumping the stuff. And I know this because all I saw was for like 2 seconds. I looked out the window to see what all the noise was. He had pulled up to the pile of leaves on the street and dumped all of his clippings into the street pile, and it was mostly grass. I'm wondering if that's frowned upon by the city.
I would think so,
because he was looking all sketchy back and forth, and then he was dumping, and then he put his thing on and got his butt out of there. Yeah, so
you witnessed a crime.
I think I did.
You should have citizen's arrest. I'm surprised you didn't.
I didn't think of that. I should have done that.
Excuse me, sir. You're not supposed to do that.
This is a citizen action.
Citizen's arrest.
Dun, da, da, da.
You're like Dwight Schrute. You got a siren that you just put on the top of your car.
Step away from the lawnmower.
No, that's true. I mean, even like the trash cans where they don't want you to put leaf clippings or branches or things like that into the trash cans.
Which I don't understand that one because it's just going to a landfill anyway. And don't you want that layer in there?
Right. You want a little compost layer in there.
Let me set the layer.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's also the question too, is like, well, where the heck else am I supposed to put it? Because like mine in Niles, it's they suck up the leaves. So I just have to bring them to the road. But then when it comes to like any brush or branches that if I trim down my trees or bushes or anything like that, I have to put them all in a line, in a row. Like they all have to be end facing because they end up chipping them. But it's like, but what about the other stuff? Like the random vines and things like that. Where am I supposed to put that stuff? So
speaking of nature, did you see what the American Ornithological Society is doing?
No, I don't subscribe to their newsletter, but I'm sure you do.
You know, I like watching the birds.
Yeah.
And every now and again, you see a bird you haven't seen in a while. It's like, oh, there's that bird. And you name it. They announced this month that they are going to address past wrongs and engage far more people in the enjoyment, protection, and study of birds. And to do so, they're going to change all English bird names currently named after people within its geographic jurisdiction, which is basically the U.S. and Canada. They're changing the names of birds.
After all this time, they're going to change the names.
They are. It will begin next year, and it will focus initially on 70 to 80 bird species within the U.S. and Canada.
Any notable ones that are the common ones that people know about?
Let's see here. Ornithologist, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, here's one. The thick-billed longspur is going to be changed. The bird's original name, honoring John McCown, an amateur naturalist who later became a general in the Confederate Army, was perceived as a painful link to slavery and racism. And so, whatever's named after him, not going to be named after him anymore.
Makes sense.
So a few others like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go through the list, but hopefully the robin won't be changed. Because that's named after Batman's cohort, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you can't change that. If you're going to change it, you change it to Batman.
Yeah.
Or Nightwing. Nightwing, if you're a comic book fan, that's what Robin turns into, is the character Nightwing. So
okay. You've been hanging around with Brian Sorensen.
No, I used to read those comics. I was a comic book kid too. But
Okay.
Brian dives a little deeper.
Little deeper
in his podcast. If you want to check that out, you can find it on the Y Country podcast page. Shout out to Brian because he does a great job.
He does a great job.
And because there's a few shows and movies that I watch that I'm really puzzled as to what's going on. So I need to chat with him and dive deeper to some of those things because I was a casual reader of comics. I wasn't, every comic book day picking some up. I was, if I, wanted to go to the comic book store, picked up a few of my favorite characters, comics, and I'm good. Speaking of birds, how do you catch a parakeet?
Oh no, one of the robins got killed.
Oh no.
Sorry. I'm sorry. What?
One of the robins got killed. Yeah, one of the robins got killed. I think Bill's talking about
Batman, Robin.
And Robin.
Yeah.
Because
they always get killed.
Dick Grayson was the original Robin. And then later on, there was another Robin that I believe was Bruce Wayne's son.
Oh.
Batman. Okay. Batman's Bruce Wayne, by the way. Spoiler alert.
Wait, what?
Spoiler alert. Batman is
not
Bruce
Wayne.
How do you catch a parakeet? Because when you have the lost animals thing in your community on Facebook and stuff like that, you salt its wings.
Yeah, that's how.
But I mean, like, how do you find So all right, so here's the situation.
Okay.
Jocelyn told me yesterday because we always subscribe to a lot of the community kind of neighborhood watch Facebook pages and kind of keep our eye on what's going on.
Yeah.
And they said that there was a lost parakeet. Somebody's parakeet got out.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, man, that thing's gone. That thing probably flew away.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
But so if I come across, so if I'm walking down the road, and all of a sudden this parakeet lands right in front of me, I'm just supposed to sprinkle some salt on him.
Yeah, you just sprinkle a little bit of salt on his tail feathers.
He can't fly away because he can't fly away that way.
I don't know. I think it's an old joke of here's how you catch a bird: you salt its wings or salt its tail feathers or something like that. Maybe that actually works, but my thought is you're getting close enough to the bird anyway. Why are you salting it? Just grab it. How do you catch a parakeet? Well, I think what you do is you get close enough to the bird so it knows, you've got its attention. And then you put your finger out.
Yeah.
Like that. And just say, here, come here, pretty bird, or whatever the bird's name is. I used to have budgies. Parakeets are the same thing. And you put your finger out and they would fly to it. Now, parakeets, typically when you buy them in a pet situation, their wings are clipped.
Yeah.
They're flight wings, so they don't fly. They just flap their wings and they go to the ground. But then if you don't maintain that, if you don't keep them groomed, then they can start flying and they run into windows and it's not a good situation.
My grandmother had
get out the window.
My grandmother had parakeets.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
Throughout my childhood, and those could fly.
Yeah.
And they would fly. They were low flyers, which would freak me out because she had this really long hallway, and her bedroom was all the way in the back. And the bird would bird liked to perch on. There was a big painting that had like a light or something like that for the display. Yeah. Big painting in the living room, and little perfect perching spot. And this thing, she would just open up the cage, never tell anybody, open up the cage. We're walking down the hall, just hanging out, and all of a sudden, flying low, coming right at us.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that sounds dangerous.
It was fun because I got really good at my reaction time and dodging. So I think she was testing me. Like, here it comes.
Oh boy.
But the birds were cool. Because she would just, she'd get it. It would like either perch on her shoulder or hang out. And, I thought they were cool.
Yeah, I had two, and one of them was adorable, and the other one had an attitude. And it used its beak a lot.
Aww.
Yeah, so if it wanted to be on your shoulder and it didn't want to go on the finger to get off your shoulder,
it'd bite you.
It'd bite my neck, and it hurt like heck and burned. It was just crazy.
Well, I'm gonna go grab my coffee real quick, and then we'll get back to some other
okey doke
bird chat. If you want to keep chatting with people, go right ahead.
I'm all right.
of his time at Math and Science Center is so formative, and just cannot thank us enough for what we.
Teresa, you had some birds, some parakeets.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They were parakeets. Okay.
Nice.
Very nice. What color were your grandmother's?
There was one that was like a blue and whitish colored one. It was really cute, like little spots and stuff.
Yeah.
I think there was one that had some yellow on it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So long ago. Just many, many moons ago.
Many moons ago.
Yeah, she had them probably until I was like 10. So it was a good time ago, 26 years ago. It's hard to remember things that were that long ago.
So she had big paintings on the wall with lights and stuff.
She had a big
live in a museum?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a
Very nice.
museum.
Very
No,
nice.
it was a painting probably, it's probably close to as big as that News Talk Sports sign. So probably about 4x5, 4x6.
Was it the family?
No.
Just all of you standing there.
It was
looking?
my grandpa.
Yeah.
His thing that he did for many, many years was to pass the time, and just a hobby was paint by numbers.
Oh, yeah.
So he would do that all the time. I can't remember if this was one that he did.
He was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Because the adult coloring book industry is just huge.
Yeah. He loved doing
that
paint by
stuff.
numbers. He had like he had a whole little setup by because there was a kitchen. The kitchen setup had a sort of a bar area, and he just had a drawer that had all of his paint supplies and
Nice.
stuff. And he'd sit down on the stool, pop that stuff on there, and he had all kinds of different paintings from a deer in the woods or landscapes and things like that. And he loved it.
That's fun.
So
probably relaxing.
paint by numbers, yeah, relaxing. And, if you're not wanting to have arthritis or anything like that, it's a good hobby.
Yeah.
I think I want to get into that.
Yeah.
Am I at the age now at 36? Is it okay? Because I know they got the adult coloring books, and I have a couple. I have one of those.
Yeah.
Is it okay to start doing paint by numbers?
I think anything is okay to do.
Yeah.
That keeps you inspired.
Should I start knitting?
You can.
Okay.
You can for sure, but don't age before your age.
Okay.
If you think you're doing it because it's like, oh, well, all I can do now is this.
Well, because I wouldn't call any sort of hobbies you can't really put them into, oh, well, this is something you have to do at an age of 50 plus,
Right.
or
Right.
you can pick it up at any time.
Yeah.
So maybe I will start doing paint by numbers.
You should. Speaking of numbers, we should talk about the lottery thing at some point.
Yeah, we
because
will.
there are a couple of fun lottery stories that involve Michiganders.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny.
By the way, always learning with our friends from Barry and Risa happening right now. If you're listening on the radio, that you can check out the podcast at WSJM.com and the WSJM app. I believe we're talking about Math and Science Center. So you can check out that conversation over there.
Nice.
But yeah, we'll talk about the lottery. We'll talk about some other things. Back to the bird chat real quick. Teresa says one was yellow and one was blue. One of my birds was really funny. She had eggs and they never hatched. So she got really mad at the exit to my cross for cage. It was funny.
Huh.
Bill says, no, get an RC car.
You should. Yes.
They may have a racetrack coming to Niles.
That I want to hear.
That's happening?
Yeah, that I want to hear more about, Bill.
Breaking news.
Yeah. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, where's that going to happen? First thought is maybe on the property near where Hackers is, because they've got a driving range. They got they've got the putt-putt, of course. And then right next door, they have a paintball place that you can do. But no, I'm curious to where this might be.
Isn't the bowling alley right around the corner there?
Bowling alley's down the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what they should do with Orchards Mall? Racetrack, indoor racetrack.
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
I think, there's so many things you could do to that space.
We haven't done a Orchards Mall story lately.
Bill says not sure, but it's going to be indoors.
Oh.
Even better. maybe I should get into the RC car thing.
That's
would
a lot
be
of fun.
Great.
It's a lot of fun.
Big investment, though, isn't it, to start out for some of that stuff? I mean, I guess I could start small.
How much do you pay for self-enjoyment, you know? I mean,
how do I value self-enjoyment?
The satisfaction of racing and maybe winning. It's like, come on, invest in that.
Because the hobby becomes more than a hobby when you start competing. If you're just hobbying, you're having fun. But if you're competing, that means you're not only investing more money, but you're also investing more time because it's by appointment. You have to be at certain places at certain times.
I feel like somebody doesn't like boundaries.
Yeah, I like to be able to if it's a Saturday and I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to take this.
You can do this. You can buy they have trucks that are like this big and with the big fat tires, and you can go like dune ripping or something like that. That'd be fun.
See, that would be cool.
Yeah,
that or even I've always been fascinated by the little motorized boats.
Yeah,
those are cool.
You can do the boats too.
Those are cool. So.
Yeah, but for mine, I've never been into competition. Mine is just fun of like how much can I tune this up? How can I build up the suspension? How can I kind of trick it out? And then once you start driving, the maneuvers you can do are just phenomenal. You can burn rubber with those things, honestly.
Oh, Bill says one of the racetracks from Mishawaka is moving. Okay, so it's going to be indoors somewhere.
Oh, so I think
where indoors
is that? That indoor place from Mishawaka, is that the one that's next to is it a Martin's grocery store?
Maybe
I can't remember.
I know there's a skating rink that closed. They could have moved there. There's a skate like USA Skate or one of those skating rinks on the main street. I guess closed.
Oh,
they used to do roller derby there. See, that would be a cool hobby.
Roller
derby, man.
You got to show up at an appointed time, otherwise
that's true. Exactly.
Really
I can't stick to. I'm a free spirit, man. I can't stick to another schedule.
You can't nail me down.
Because hobbies, you have hobbies. Hobbies, in my opinion, hobbies are something you can do whenever you want.
Yes,
there is flexibility when you get into competition and things like that. That appointed time, it ends up being more than a hobby, and it's almost like that. It's kind of between hobby and work. It's a schedule. It's a stick to a schedule kind of thing.
Oh boy.
I mean, that's why I don't golf.
Golfing's great.
Yeah, but
golfing's a lot of fun. Because you play against yourself. That's all it is.
Exactly. And to bring it all around, this whole conversation all around, Teresa says the mall went to the birds.
Ah, ching.
Good one. That's great.
Very nice.
We'll get to your Bloomberg Market Minute here in just a moment and catch you up on news and all that stuff here in just a moment. We got some more comments. Oh, Bill says the money is not important.
Yeah, see? That's right.
Okay.
It's the enjoyment.
All right. Well, if you tell me the ballpark of, all right, what's the on the low end starting out, just the startup cost for RC car racing, and then I'll mull that over.
Let me look at that.
If it's expensive,
hang on a second.
Then I'm not diving too deep into that.
I want to show you can get a kit.
Because then you got to get approval from other. Jocelyn's got to give me the approval to say, yeah, that's something you can do.
Let's see. The Associated B6. Let's see what that one is. Or maybe the RC8 would be cool for you. They're not going to show me the thing. It'll take me a minute.
Call for pricing. That's what.
Yeah, call for
anytime
pricing.
There's call for pricing, that's when you know something's too expensive.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get your Bloomberg Market Minute and we'll get ourselves reset here.
To mean more major job losses, Disney has already eliminated 8,000 jobs this year. The theme parks delivered the biggest profit boost, and streaming losses were smaller in the latest quarter. Amazon is cutting more jobs, this time in the music division. A source tells Bloomberg that the jobs targeted are in Amazon's music editorial and audio content team. It was not clear how many positions were being eliminated. Warner Brothers Discovery shares had their worst session on record yesterday after the entertainment giant reported a drop in TV network advertising and signaled the market may still be challenged at next year. And Wall Street turned in a narrowly mixed close yesterday, the S&P and the NASDAQ slightly higher. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Nice.
Yeah, we're doing our Christmas list here.
Christmas shopping. We were having a conversation on our Facebook and our YouTube. By the way, if you're not watching our live stream, you're missing out on a lot of deep dive conversations about a ton of different other things, including hobbies. And one hobby that we have had suggested is RC car racing, which Bill, who watches on our Facebook and our YouTube regularly, says, hey, you should get an RC car and you should start doing that.
Yeah. Great idea. I like that idea.
Yeah. Startup cost, you found one with a quick Google.
Yeah.
Like $150 start out. That could be all right.
Yeah, that's a nice one. The other kit that Bill's recommending is around $400. So maybe you go for that one instead.
All right. I don't want to have to take out a loan to be able to start a hobby. That doesn't make it a hobby
look
anymore.
At this. It says the first Google question for the Traxxas Slash that he's talking about. Someone asks, how fast does it go? Yeah. 60 plus miles an hour.
Dang.
That's fun.
I just hook up an office chair, strap that to there, and that'll take me to work.
You can pace cars down the road. Real cars as they're going down.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it. Well, we got a lot of the stuff to get to, and we're already over time. But so let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are some of the stories we're following for you today. A domestic violence suspect who police say was armed with a crossbow is now in custody, thanks in part to a canine with the Dowagiac Police Department. The department says officers responded to a domestic assault call that had just occurred at the Riverside Apartments around 3:50 yesterday afternoon. While on the way, they were notified that the suspect had run off into the woods with the crossbow. With the help of Michigan State Police and Pokagon Tribal Police, set up a perimeter, began a search, and around 5:45, the canine named Cash found the suspect. He was hiding in a deer blind.
Oh.
I mean, if he's hiding in a deer blind and he's got a crossbow, maybe he could say he was hunting.
I mean, he's good thinking on him for that, but
anyway,
not a good idea.
They figured it out and they arrested him, brought him into custody. The crossbow was also recovered. No incident there. 28-year-old man was taken to the Cass County Jail pending authorization of charges by the Cass County Prosecutor's Office.
Can I get the crossbow?
I don't know. Another hobby? You looking for another hobby?
I'm looking for. I want to be a crossbow. Target. I'll do target shooting.
Do a target person. In other news, now that he's been reelected, Benton Harbor Mayor Marcus Muhammad is looking ahead to his third term with an eye on development in the city. Muhammad tells us that people can expect to hear about the Magical Mile project on Riverview Drive, an effort to create residential, retail, and office space along an area of property. Probably several parcels there on Riverview Drive, but it's about 625 acres. Wow. And there's already been some development there. Some property's already been purchased. They started doing the renovation pre-work on it. So it'll be interesting to see what's happening here. But Mayor Muhammad is very excited about it. And high school athletes from all over Berrien County will be hearing in the next week from pastor and motivational speaker Taurus Montgomery. He's the pastor of Harbor Hope Church in Benton Harbor and a former student athlete himself. He's talking to students and sharing his story on how he made mistakes as a youth that harmed his athletic career. And now he works to help young people avoid the same kinds of mistakes through his program called ASAP Challenge. So we'll tell you more about that. In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Let's find out what's happening in the state with the Michigan News Network now.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. Will former President Donald Trump make it on the Michigan primary ballot in 2024? That'll be addressed in arguments before a judge in Grand Rapids today on whether Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson has the authority to keep Mr. Trump's name off state ballots for president. Activists are suing to force Benson to keep the former president's name off ballots. His attorneys are demanding that Trump be allowed on the 2024 Republican primary ballot. It's a new lawsuit over abortion rights in Michigan. Right to Life Michigan has filed a federal lawsuit challenging Proposal 3. Michigan voters approved Proposal 3 last November. It enshrines abortion rights in the state constitution. The Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency will officially honor Michigan veterans for Veterans Day with a ceremony at the state capitol this morning. The event is free and open to veterans and veteran advocates. Friday's Mega Millions, $223 million. I'm Beth Fisher for the Michigan News Network.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for everybody's suggestions of hobbies. Bill, interactive radio is fun. Yeah, it is, isn't it? When you can listen to this fine award-winning program, have conversations, and we'd love for everybody else to do that as well. As if you hear us talking about something and you want to chime in, feel free to do that, because we can see all of the comments as they're coming in for stuff. So feel free to interact with us anytime you'd like. Yeah, I'm looking at this Traxxas Slash that Bill was talking about. Looks pretty cool. It's a little truck thing. Yeah, it's pretty neat. What my favorite part is that I do see it doing a lot of off-road stuff. So I need to check this bad boy out. It says it's is it 4-wheel drive? I can get a 4-wheel drive one.
Let's see.
They have a 2-wheel drive one for short course.
I don't know if they do 4-wheel drive. Bill would know.
Let me check out
Mine are all two-wheel.
Let me check out the quick promo video.
They are
now with a new lower price.
Oh boy.
Looking at their website, checking this out.
Should we tell?
Oh dang, that thing's doing like sweet jumps and stuff. Man, that's pretty cool.
Should we tell folks here about the thing that MPS kind of let out of the bag the other day?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we've got I don't know, can we call it a listener appreciation type event?
Yeah, we're putting together a fun listener appreciation breakfast that you guys could be a part of.
We haven't worked out all the details yet.
Yeah, we're getting close, though.
But the basic of it is sometime in December.
Mm-hmm.
And have we settled on a date?
Middle of December. We're checking on the date, but it should be the week of December 11th.
Okay,
so the week we're real close.
Week of December 11th, and we'll announce the date when it's finalized. We're going to have a breakfast, and we're going to do it probably down at Shadowland Pavilion.
Yep.
Going to make a good breakfast
over at the ballroom, not the pavilion. The pavilion that gets cold outside. December.
Sorry.
The ballroom.
I'm so used to saying pavilion, but the ballroom, the Shadowland ballroom. And there'll be a breakfast there. We'll be there. Our plan is, if everything comes together, is we'll do the morning show there with our listeners who want to join us for breakfast. And if you're eating pancakes in front of me, I'm going to be angry because I want to eat the pancakes.
Well, I'm sure you could eat the pancakes.
Well, not
too
while we're on the air.
Yeah, you can do that. You can eat on the air.
Maybe I can.
Yeah.
I'm a sloppy eater.
The FCC only says the things you can't do on the air. You just can't have alcohol.
People would be offended by my eating habits.
No. People are offended by other things you do, not
true.
eating.
That's true. That's true. And Michael Patrick Shields will be there as well.
Yep.
And so I think and he'll be doing his show, and we'll be doing the show actually together. It's going to be a mashup.
Yep.
So people don't know about this yet. You were talking with Michael.
Exclusive look.
You were talking with Michael Patrick about it the other day, and he started talking about it on the air. So I figured it's okay to talk to our listeners about it.
Yeah. We're finalizing the details. So yeah, you buy breakfast and you come hang out with us. Maybe, just maybe, we might. We're working out the details too about is there possibilities for some fun and fabulous prizes.
Exactly. That's what we're pushing for.
So
we'll see what the boss says.
But it should be fun because not only do you get to, especially for the people that watch the live stream, you have a chance to see what we do every day. But not many people get to do that. Not many people get to see how live radio happens
and maybe be part of the program.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So I think should be a good time.
I think you should look at getting a clear body for your RC so you can paint it yourself.
A clear body.
Yeah, because they have little body molds that sit over them. Some of them are race cars, some of them are trucks, and you can paint it your own way. And so you like the Woody Jeep.
I love the Woody Jeep.
Yeah. You could get a Jeep, RC Jeep of your choosing and paint it to your style.
See, first thought is not that. First thought, I love the idea.
Okay.
If I want to make it still look like a vehicle, but what I would rather do is I want a 3D printed mold of my head, and so that will sit on top of the vehicle. It'll just be my head flying around. Like it wouldn't just be my regular expression. I'd have to have like my mouth open. I'd be like,
yeah,
something like that.
That'd be perfect.
I think it'd be great.
That would be perfect.
Aerodynamic, not so aerodynamic though.
You've seen Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah.
Remember the episode with Tortuga?
Yeah.
Where his head is on the back of a
turtle,
like that?
Yeah.
Except
basically.
faster.
Right.
Okay.
Much better speed.
And no C4 in it.
No explosives or anything like that. No. Just sweet muscle. The only power in explosion is the exploding off the starting line.
Johnny has had his second cup of coffee, everyone.
Yeah. No, just I haven't had a lot of sleep lately. So
no.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I don't know, man. I've just been tired lately.
All right.
It's rough getting through all this. I got a tough job,
Oh boy.
talking all day.
Oh boy. You know what's been
It's
driving
difficult.
me crazy recently with disruptive sleep patterns is my dang dog.
Yeah.
He is licking like crazy right
That's
now.
been mine too. My
He's
dog
been,
keeps waking up at all hours of the night wanting to go potty.
Maybe
'Cause
there's an asteroid coming or something.
maybe my dog has a really good concept of time.
Yeah.
Like he has a really good internal clock, so he knows when things are. He knows when I'm supposed to get home. He knows when he's supposed to go to the bathroom, when he's supposed to eat, all of that.
Yeah.
But now he's like, oh, time change, time to go potty.
Go with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email let's talk at WSJM.com. We are on our Facebook and YouTube if you want to come hang out over there as well. We've been having a great time with a lot of cool people over there. So feel free to interact with us. Bill, even who watches on a regular basis, says interactive radio is fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the cool part about technology these days is back in the day, when they first started doing radio, I mean, you could get the occasional phone calls and things like that, but you really couldn't interact in real time with people. I mean, the radio host had to answer the phone in order to interact with people.
Yeah.
So now you can do it in real time on our Facebook and our YouTube if you'd like to do that. Let's talk about the lottery.
Oh,
What's going on with the lottery?
Yeah, let me pull that up. There was some Michiganders who were involved in the lottery, and it caught my eye. So there were two different stories. One is, what do you want to do? The wedding story first, or the team story?
The team story.
You want to do the team story? So a 4-person lottery team.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 people, they work together. And
a lottery pool?
They went into a lottery pool probably 14 years ago.
Oh, wow.
14 years ago. They've been buying the tickets, and they even had a system worked out where one of the club members would buy tickets to cover drawings for an entire month.
Okay.
And then let the other club members know if they won anything.
Pretty cool idea.
So you have 4 people. They buy a month's worth of tickets a piece, and then it just rotates on that. And they even have a name, the Blessed Lottery Club.
Oh, nice.
The Blessed Lottery Club. Because, I mean, you wouldn't want to be called the Cursed Lottery Club, would you?
No. You want to be blessed because you will be blessed at some point by getting a big jackpot, hopefully.
The Blessed Lottery Club from Calhoun County matched the 4 white balls and the Powerball from an October drawing. The Michigan Lottery said the group won $50,000 for that. But because they had the power play, they won $100,000.
And they were able to split it among the 4 people?
4 people, so $25,000 apiece.
Nice.
But again, they've been playing for 14 years.
Yeah, every week?
I don't know if they've been playing every week. I would assume so. But yeah, so that's nice. But you were asking the other day, how much of this money gets back to education?
Sure.
And the Michigan Lottery apparently heard us and decided to publish this. The Michigan Lottery says they've contributed more than $27 billion toward education since the organization was founded in 1972. So from 1972 to 2023, Michigan Lottery says that they've contributed $27 billion to education.
That's pretty good.
And in 2022 alone, $1.2 billion to public schools across the state.
All right.
They say for every dollar spent on lottery, 63 cents goes to prizes, 25 cents goes to the school aid fund,
Okay.
9 cents goes to retailer and vendor commissions,
Yeah.
and 3 cents is used for lottery operations.
All right.
So 3 cents goes to the people who choose the balls. And
Well, thanks for breaking that down. It's nice that they did that because I've always wondered. Because
Yeah.
they always say like, well, yeah, we contributed this much, but breaking it down to the cents on the ticket, that's cool.
But getting back to the Blessed Lottery Club, they all 4 winners plan on paying off their bills and putting the remainder in savings.
Paying off the bills of all the money they've spent on buying previous lottery
The
tickets is probably what they're doing.
The credit card debt on those lottery tickets for 14 years is racked up.
Wow.
And then another Michigan story about lottery folks. A Michigan man got a scratch-off ticket. And he won $1 million.
Ooh.
And this happened a day after he got married.
That's pretty good luck.
Yeah,
man.
the anonymous 57-year-old from Livingston County won the cash prize playing a $10 scratch-off instant game. And it was a gift from him to his bride the day after their wedding. She scratched the ticket, couldn't believe what she was seeing, and they saw that they won $1 million.
What the heck, man?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
so that's pretty cool. So you get married, you get a scratch-off ticket, and then you get $1 million.
Yeah, that's a great wedding present.
That's a really good way to start a new life together. They took the instant cash option, which was $693,000. That's a pretty darn good investment right there.
That's a good chunk. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Because even if you get divorced the next day, you're still getting half of that.
Right. No, at this point they got the wedding's only been a few days old, so they could have get an annulment.
Money shouldn't be a concern for them, at least for the first couple of days.
That's exactly. No, that sounds like a really sweet honeymoon.
Yeah,
for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
It would have been nicer if there would have been a third Michigander lottery story because I bought some scratch off tickets yesterday.
Oh, how'd you do?
No luck.
Nothing?
I bought 2 scratch off tickets.
Yeah.
And they were, I think it was something like it was like a Christmas one. It was like Partridge in a Pear Tree or something like that.
Oh,
scratch off ticket.
That's pretty.
I scratch nothing. I grabbed the second one, scratch nothing. Now these were $2 scratch off tickets. I feel like I need to go get like just once in a while, Johnny, grab one of the $5 or $10 ones.
No.
Hey, these people are winning money.
I guess you
man.
can if you want to.
These people are
Certainly
winning money.
You can if you want to, but come on.
The odds are bad, but yeah, I've had no luck with the $1 and $2 ones lately.
I've said this before. I had no idea you could buy stuff over $1, over $2 scratch-off tickets. Now that they have $50 scratch-off tickets, that's crazy.
I have better luck with those pull tabs at the bars.
Do they still have those?
Yeah, I usually do pretty well on those. I've had many times where I've gone to wherever those are, and I just keep going. Because I'm like, oh, I won $2. Oh, I won $2. All right, well, I'll just keep playing. I'm basically playing on free money right now because I already spent the $2. I'm already up. Can't quit while I'm on the top. But anyways, we got a lot of other things to get to here this morning. We'll catch you up with your Moody on the Market update here in just a few minutes.
Hey, look at that. The sun's out. We haven't seen that in a couple of days, right?
Yeah, and it's showing that we have a lot of leaves that need to be raked.
Well, that too.
So we'll have to get out there. I brought my rake because we're doing raking difference.
Get some practice. Go out there.
Yeah, get some practice runs in. All right. See if it's working right. All right. We'll get to that Moody on the Market update next.
The Blossom Time Festival welcomes the community pageant season with the theme Every Day is a Holiday. The community of Stevensville invites you to their pageant with the theme National Lemonade Day this Saturday, November 11th at 6 p.m. at the Lakeshore Community Auditorium. MC Sarah Spoonholtz will introduce 6 Queen contestants and 2 Mr. contestants vying for their respective titles. Tickets are $15 in advance, $20 at the door, and a special lemonade stand will have drinks available for purchase. Twin City Beauty College is proud to help this Midwest family station support our Blossom Time community pageant.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family
They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, look no further. We got you covered at moodyonthemarket.com. Your Moody on the Market update happening now. It's brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency, with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And in our Moody on the Market updates, we talk about business updates like this one. Fortress Manufacturing of Benton Harbor has changed ownership. The new owner is former Whirlpool Corporation corporate strategy team member Andrew Petro. Fortress Manufacturing at 2255 Pipestone Road in Benton Harbor is a specialized sheet metal fabricator focused on production components as well as small batch runs. It's a 7-employee operation, primarily serving clients in Michigan and throughout the Midwest.
Wow. The new owner, Andrew Petro, purchased the operation from Fred Huff, who has owned the company exclusively since 1998. Says one of the big things that I worked with Fred on was maintaining the team. The team here is really where what makes it all happen each day. It was important to Fred that he find somebody who keeps the business local and keeps the team that he's built in place. What he's built over the last couple of decades is an excellent foundation to pick up and continue onward.
Yeah, Petro says he brings over a decade of experience in manufacturing and business development. At Whirlpool Corporation, Petro was most recently with the corporate strategy team, and prior to that, he spent a decade in Whirlpool's Ohio, Mexico, and Massachusetts manufacturing facilities. So a lot of good background there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So I think he's in St. Joseph, so it's staying local. That's really nice. But you want to read this article and see everything else that we have up there, check out moodyonthemarket.com.
Not only do I like that it's staying local, it's keeping the team together, but it's also keeping the name the same. Because Fortress Manufacturing, that just sounds cool.
Doesn't that sound fun?
That's
it's got a great
name.
logo, too.
Yeah.
It's like we're a fortress.
Check that all out at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency, with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. And you can see that story and more at moodyonthemarket.com, along with the Moody on the Move series and our awards program and so much more. moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. We'll catch you up with sports, news, and a whole lot more next. It's the Morning Show on 94.9 WSJM.
We're watching over you. IMS Insurance Management Service.
The other big question about the hobbies and the RC car that Bill is suggesting.
Oh yeah,
is can I retrofit the thing to also plow my driveway?
Yes, you can.
Because they make they have the Roombas that do the inside of your house. They also have the Roomba type motorized lawnmower that can mow your lawn.
Yep.
Do they make one that will plow your driveway?
Well, I will tell you, when I was at that RC store on the UP, they had a selection of snowplows
that you could pop on there?
You could pop on there. They started at around $350. So it's not really a toy.
But does the question is does the RC car have enough power to push?
Yeah, I think the
big,
traction
heavy
is what you're looking at.
Yeah.
But power, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's a heavy wet snow, you might have some issues.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you have an issue if you're shoveling or even if you're plowing, so.
But I tell you, getting some of the bigger cars out into the snow is fun.
That's cool.
You got to clean them off afterwards.
Yeah.
Because they get wet.
They're waterproof?
Well, I don't know if they're waterproof. That's why I clean them off.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's open electronics.
Right. Yeah. If there's like a shell I could put around that thing in the wintertime.
Sure.
Keep it all maintained.
Yeah.
Put a little wetsuit on it. Oh, that would be adorable.
Neoprene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Real quick to wrap this all up. Bill says they make a snow cat for grooming ski slopes.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Somebody's thinking there.
Nice.
That's good stuff. And have a great day, Bill. We appreciate you.
I've always liked those.
And you, Teresa.
Those really cool, those big things that like the snow cat type things that are for, that you can get inside yourself.
Yeah,
like a
The
winter
Shining.
gator.
Yeah.
Yeah, like The Shining. Yeah, exactly. Or like National Treasure is where I was thinking.
Oh,
the beginning of it. Remember? They're up in like
they're recovering a shipwreck thing. And
they're in like the Arctic Circle up there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Or
yeah.
with yeah.
You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Yahoo.